What if I told you those random sexual urges, the ones that hit completely out of nowhere, are actually your brain working exactly the way it is supposed to? Like you are just scrolling your phone, watching TV, or about to fall asleep, and suddenly it is there. And you think, where did that even come from? We all know sexual urges are part of being human. But most people do not realize how fast the brain reacts, sometimes before you even know what triggered it. So let us actually break that down. Your brain fires first. Here is something that might surprise you. Sexual arousal can kick in within 2 seconds, faster than a blink. Your brain can light up before you have even consciously registered what you saw, heard, or felt. There is a tiny structure called the hypothalamus. Think of it like an always-on sensor, constantly scanning your environment for anything that might mean pleasure, safety, or attraction. Sometimes the cue is obvious: a scent, a sound, a memory, but sometimes it is something way more subtle, like the warmth in someone is expression or just a passing thought. And your brain does not ask for permission. It just floods your system with dopamine, basically telling you, this feels good, pay attention. Research even shows that simply imagining touch activates nearly 80% of the same brain regions as actual physical touch. Which is why urges can feel so real and so physical, even when nothing is happening around you. Here is where it gets really interesting. Not every sexual urge is actually about sex. Sometimes, more often than we realize, the brain confuses emotional needs with physical ones. When you are stressed, lonely, or just bored, your reward system starts craving comfort. And a sexual thought or fantasy becomes a kind of shortcut to feeling good. A quick dopamine hit when everything else feels heavy. This happens because the brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, during both physical intimacy and emotional closeness. So if you suddenly feel turned on during a kind conversation, a hug, or an emotional scene in a movie, it might not actually be about sex at all. It might just be your brain saying, I need connection, I need to feel safe. Psychologists actually have a name for this, misattribution of arousal, because the signals for stress, comfort, and attraction all run through the same wiring. Your brain can easily mix them up. An urge out of nowhere might really just be, I am lonely, I need calm. Why you cannot just turn it off? Ever tried to stop thinking about something and noticed it just gets louder? That is not a willpower problem. That is just how the brain works. These urges are not moral failures. They are biological signals. Your brain evolved over millions of years to make sure humans keep reproducing. So those signals are going to fire whether you are in the middle of a work meeting, studying for an exam, or having a completely serious conversation. It is not weakness. It is just your biology doing its job. But here is the thing, you can train yourself to respond differently. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for reasoning and decision-making, can step in and regulate that energy. Not by fighting the feeling, but by acknowledging it. Think of it like your phone ringing. You cannot stop it from ringing, but you get to decide whether to pick up or let it go to voicemail. When an urge hits out of nowhere, try this. Just pause and genuinely ask yourself, what is my brain actually trying to tell me right now? Are you tired, stressed, craving some kind of comfort or connection, or is it just your nervous system releasing tension? That moment of noticing, without judgment, without shame, is where your self-awareness kicks in. And that awareness is what actually gives you control, not suppression, not willpower. Just understanding what is happening. Simple things like mindfulness, journaling, or even just a few deep breaths can help your body process the feeling instead of getting hijacked by it. You are not your urges, you are the one observing them. So the next time one shows up uninvited, do not spiral. Your brain is just sending a message, one it has been sending for millions of years. And now that you understand what that message actually means, you are already in a better position to handle it. If you have ever noticed your urges feeling stronger during certain moods or moments, drop it in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care of yourself.